Prince Mustafa's tragedy, betrayal and the fight for the throne. Sayyid Mustafa, 1515 October 6, 1553, the eldest son of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent and his first wife Mahidevran Sultan, was the first heir to the Ottoman throne. Known for his intelligence and popularity among the army and scholars, his end was tragic when he was executed by his father's order due to conspiracies orchestrated by the Sultan's wife Hürrem Sultan and Grand Vizier Rüstem Pasha, to clear the path for her son Selim. Prince Mustafa was born in 1515 and raised under the care of his mother, Mahidevran Sultan, who ensured his education and governance. By 1544, he was appointed governor of Manisa, where he demonstrated administrative and military competence. Loved by the people and the military, he became the strongest candidate for succession, but his popularity alarmed his rivals, especially Hürrem Sultan, who sought to remove him from the throne. Mustafa had three rival brothers, Bayezid, Jihangir, and Selim. While Hürrem Sultan supported her son Selim, some historians believe Sultan Suleiman favored Bayezid. Jihangir was not a real contender due to his secluded palace life. In contrast, Mustafa enjoyed the support of scholars and the army, further isolating Selim and weakening his chances without external interference. In October 1553, Mustafa was invited to meet his father in Konya, where he was betrayed. Rüstem Pasha accused him of plotting a rebellion, presenting forged letters as evidence. Despite his denial, Sultan Suleiman ordered his strangulation. Mustafa's death shocked the empire, exposing the ferocity of internal Ottoman court conflicts. Mahidevran Sultan, Mustafa's mother, suffered severe shock after her son's execution. She refused to leave her room for days, accusing Hürrem Sultan of conspiracy. She repeatedly tried to confront Sultan Suleiman, but he avoided her. Stories say she remained in mourning until her death, her name forever tied to her eldest son's tragedy. Fatma Handan Hatun, Mustafa's first wife, collapsed after his execution. She refused to remarry, dedicating her life to raising their sons, Suleiman, Ahmed, Orhan, and Mehmed. She lived in isolation in Amasya, where her son Suleiman was later buried. It is said she secretly visited her husband's grave, chanting poetry in mourning. Begum Nurshan Hatun, his second wife, was known for her political acumen. After the execution, she tried to protect her children from court persecution by moving them to Konya under relatives' protection. However, she faced oppression as the state confiscated her properties. Sources claim she later joined a secret group opposing Selim's policies, though details remain unclear. Sultan Rumeyza, his third wife, vanished from historical records after Mustafa's execution. It is believed she returned to her homeland in the Balkans or was forced into seclusion in a remote village. Folk tales say she disguised herself as a nun and devoted her life to prayer, seeking peace for her husband's soul. Mustafa's sons were marginalized for fear of their claiming the throne. Sayyid Suleiman was buried in Amasya, Ahmed in Konya, while Orhan was exiled to Anatolia. Mehmed, the youngest, died in Bursa. Despite attempts to stay away from politics, they remained under state surveillance, reflecting the constant fear of reliving their father's tragedy. Mustafa's daughters, such as Nergisa, Isa, and Myrisa, lived relatively quiet lives. Fatma Sultan married Mughal Ahmed Pasha, governor of Rumelia, while Rejay Sultan was buried in Istanbul. No political involvement was recorded, but some allegedly secretly supported opposition movements against Selim II, especially after his ascension. Mustafa's execution remained a dark stain on Sultan Suleiman's legacy. The event drew criticism from historians, who deemed it reckless. In Ottoman literature, Mustafa became a symbol of injustice, while Mahidevran Sultan was portrayed as a grieving mother. Today, his tragedy serves as a lesson on the dangers of internal strife that weakened the Ottoman Empire.